Hello YouTube! Hello, long time no see. I just thought I'd do a quick video for, I've started checking out these NYXL strings by Diodario, which have been out for some time now, but I just wanted to do a video sort of talking about strings and getting maybe complacent with things that you use and how it's good to change some things up every now and again. What I mean by that is I've been a long time Elixir user, Nanoweb ones. Used these for absolute years, probably since they first came out, and I love them, and I still do love them. But there's differences between coated strings and uncoated strings, so I thought maybe we'd take a look at some of the differences between these particular two sets, in my opinion. Maybe some pros and cons therein, and some of the claims that are made by the good people of Diodario as to these new strings with all the science and stuff. And then maybe at the end talk about why I'm not going to do a sonic comparison test, but I'll go on about that at the end. So yeah, coated strings versus uncoated strings. There's many things to consider there. First of all, I don't think, in my opinion, that I can hear whether a string is coated or not. I don't think most people could do. So we're talking about very, very minute incremental differences here. Pros and cons of that: some people don't like the feeling of a coated string. Personally, I love the feeling of a coated string. So I guess this is strung with the Diodario. So, it's kind of... it's difficult to sometimes even impart it, but I prefer a coated string almost purely as I can glide around a little bit better. Once again, maybe it's only 5% better moving around the neck than an uncoated string. You know what I mean? I feel like the uncoated strings maybe grip a little bit. Some people prefer it, that they maybe prefer the tone of a coated string, and that's great. Some people, I've got a pupil who gigs lots, and he has very acidic sweat. Very, very acidic sweat. And if he uses an uncoated string, by the end of the gig, it's all over. He has to change strings out. So that's another consideration why you might prefer a coated string. They might last longer. I teach pretty much all day, every day, and I've enjoyed Elixir coated strings for a long time because they last. I don't really have acidic sweat in my hands. But there's some reasons why you might prefer them. Once again, totally only my opinion. I can't really tell whether a string is, just by listening, whether a string is coated or not. Yeah, so specifically, these new NYXL strings. Now these are fairly new on. I have given them a stretch once or twice, but one of the things that I noticed straight away is that these don't take hardly any time at all to bed in and become feeling normal. They are quite bright tonally. Once again, there's no comparison here, but I know this guitar really well. I've played Elixirs for ages. They do feel bright. In the package here, it gives us a bit of spiel about all this science stuff. It says apparently there's a higher output in the 1 to 3.5 kilohertz range. Honestly, don't hear it. They've apparently been re-engineered, apparently give you more punch, more crunch and bite. Like I say, maybe they're a tiny bit brighter. I don't know if that alludes to that previous point. Sing louder and stay in tune better. The stay in tune better thing, 100%. Normally I would stretch in my Elixirs, along each fret, giving them a gentle pull, and obviously pulling on that low E string to get them stretched in. And then after maybe an hour of playing, it starts to feel like we're kind of okay there. These, not really at all. Very surprising. And even though this is a new string, you'll have to... I promise I'm not lying to you. Here's my poly tune. So there's the low E string. It is in tune. Now check this out. You'll just have to trust me. I'll stretch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And it's dipped a little teeny tiny bit. That's quite remarkable. Once again, here's your E. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's still in tune. Didn't dip the second time. So bear in mind these are very new strings and I just pulled the thing 20 times. That's quite remarkable. It's instantly noticeable, so I think hats off to the people at Diodario for that one. That's a main thing there. Like the feeling of sliding around the fretboard. If you prefer a coated string in that department, you could buy some fast fret or whatever. I'm not going to buy fast fret. So yeah, stronger. I don't know. Stay in tune better. Yes, I think so. These are just first impressions, of course. What else can you say about a string, really? I like the tone. Altogether, I don't think there's a massive difference sonically yet. Is there more in the 3 to something K range sound? I don't know. I'm trying to be honest. I don't want to buy into all the hype, but that's glaringly obvious. They do seem to stay in tune better. I guess the last point of this video is why I've not done a sonic comparison test like other branded strings before or after. There's a gentleman on YouTube called Mark McWigan who has a YouTube, I think his YouTube channel is called Mastering the Guitar. He's done one with a certain brand of Diodario strings and then those new ones where he's strung his syrup and compared them, played a lick, then the same lick with the new strings on. And that you can hear a subtle difference, maybe it's a little bit more brighter, but the variables there are huge. Like what mic he's using, maybe that time he hit the strings a little bit harder or whatnot. It's a great video, but what I'm saying is there's no reason for me to do a comparison check as far as the sound goes there. The overall arcing thing, the point I would like to make is that there's pros and cons to both things. Sonically, I can't really make up my mind at this point which string I prefer, the Elixir or the Diodario. The thing that is very pleasing is an instant thing to pick up on is the stability of these and how quickly they're bedded. And they sound great. Some people hate coated strings. That makes the decision for them straight away as to which one they would prefer. But the slight incremental differences, I don't know if personally I hear it. So I think, not that these things are a waste of time in terms of YouTube reviews, but I'd rather hear people's 2 cents. Give me your opinion on it in the comments and whatnot. The main point I would like to make with this is try them for yourself. Don't necessarily watch a ton of YouTube videos with stuff that's so, like strings. It's not like an effect where if you've got a normal guitar signal, then you're reviewing a ring modulator pedal, you press it, the sound changes 200%, it's completely different. This is so incremental that I think it has to be about a feel and what works for you. But as far as them being a bit more stable than the Elixirs, at this point I think they are. I think it's quite obvious, so they're doing something right. I think I'm going to give them a go for quite a while. I might have found a new favourite string, but not to say I don't like the Elixirs. I still think they're great, but I guess we didn't really figure out which one is better because it's a personal choice. Like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.